I want to segue to, I think, a game that I don't think it needs promotion from my small channel, but I like to be in the conversation of, we like to help others on this channel, right? We bring in new voices, whether you have, 5,000 subscribers or five, right? We bring it out on a regular basis. And I do want to talk about Tales of Kenzera because that comes out today. It's getting a lot of big buzz. Abubakar Salim is the obviously the story is based on his personal beliefs. Again, I to open up the before we went live, I watched his My Shoes Your Feet YouTube videos, 13 minutes and 10 seconds. It's moving, folks. Like I said, I got super choked up on many parts because when he starts talking about his pops, that kind of falls in line how I talk about mine. And what I want to do, if it's cool with you folks, is pause this footage, and I do want to just show the trailer, get you. If you don't know what game we're talking about, I do want to throw it up there because it is something that you should consider. Again, it's not an expensive game. It's an indie title. It's available on PlayStation Network. All you got to do is, if you are a top tier subscriber, download. That's it. Download and play the game. If you are an Xbox gamer, go and to the Xbox store and support an indie dev that has an amazing story that I think everyone should really check out. Honestly, it's phenomenal. So let me just do a quick screen share, if you don't mind, because I really want to put this on Front Street. It's special, and I'm gonna listen. I don't know. Hopefully, I don't get a like a takedown strike or anything like that. I'm gonna play it with the music and everything. Hopefully, it goes through with no problems. But let me just do that real quick. Let me do a full screen and check this out, folks.
Kalunga, god of death, hear my plea.
And why, Zhao, have you called me to the realm of the living?
It is told that there are 3 great spirits who have denied you. I seek my Baba's return in exchange for these spirits. Tales of Kenzera Zhao takes you on a journey through a land enriched with myth and legend, but torn apart by illness and tragedy. Grief is ever present here. From the arid deadlands, the harsh and unforgiving terrain, to the dense and dangerous forest floor of the woodlands, a place laden with mystery and fear. In your arsenal, you carry your late father's masks. The Mask of the Moon, utilized best for crowd control, and the Mask of the Sun, a chaotic ballet that compels you to engage spirits in melee combat. The Mask of the Moon, the Mask of the Sun. You must embrace the dance of the shaman. Each ability gained by the player can be used both traversally as well as in the fray of combat. For example, take Akida's spear. Not only can it be used to activate elements that are out of reach, but also engage and pierce through multiple enemies at once. And with each small victory along your journey, you will grow and better yourself, obtaining powers and tools that allow you to turn the tides of battle in your favor.
The way you took that Rojo out was amazing!
You should not sneak up on people, young shaman.
We are shamans, healers in a land long past healing.
The complexities of grief inspired the foundations of the world of Kenzera. You will be faced with intricate puzzles, arduous obstacles, and deceptive traps that demand both patience and skill to overcome. And though the path is fraught with adversity, an even fiercer battle rages within you. Mercy is a rare flower that blooms in the lands of Kenzera. But you can do this. I know you can.
Dope. Absolutely freaking amazing. Looking forward to that. Look, at the end of the day, again, I'm not going to tell you how to spend your money. For me personally, Tales of Kenzera looks amazing. It's definitely, again, just saw the 2-minute trailer. I got Prince of Persia and Ori, kind of vibes and feels for it. I think it's one of those stories that you just love seeing. Like, he is so transparent on how he told the story and where it comes from. And he's been on all the socials. Obviously, shout out to the Longhouse Gaming Podcast. My brother's over there, Supernova. the Black Skellington and the Black Viking, they did a review. Their first review was this game. They had Abubakar Salim on as well. I love that, love the work that they're doing. But let's Umbra, you got a chance to play this on Steam. Is it as gorgeous as we're seeing?
It's more gorgeous, believe it or not. I get a little annoyed because we use Twitter as a main delivery method, right? When it comes to communicating with everybody, and it's insane how much they compress. Even on YouTube, how much is typically compressed and shown when it's that, it's not a fair representation of how good the game looks. I felt that way when I shared some recent screens or clip, at least screen and clips of No Rest for the Wicked. And I'm like,
which, by the way, 35 hours in, dude,
Yeah.
you destroy games. Oh
love
my!
it. That tells you how much I'm loving that game. By the way, if you see me put that much time into it, I'm loving it. But that, even with me sharing that, I felt a little annoyed because it does not fully capture just how gorgeous No Rest for the Wicked is. It's the same thing with Tales of Kenzera. Playing it, actually, because I played it on the Steam Deck. Excuse me, not the Steam Deck, the ROG, and I tried it also on the PC. It's gorgeous, man. It plays beautifully. The voice acting is solid. It you know what it felt like to me? It felt like, you all remember Black Panther the movie. Remember how he was in that ancestral plane when he took and I'm about to slap my head here for being a comic nerd and forgetting the name of it, but he was in the ancestral plane after taking the heart-shaped route,
Black Panther.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so it kind of reminds me of that, the color palette choices and things of that. So it's really colorful, it's really beautiful, and the controls feel really good, which you have to have in a Metroidvania. This is a Metroidvania, one of my top genres, by the way. So automatically, I'm going to be playing it. So that also is just for anybody who's wondering, like, what type of game is it? So it's I wouldn't say it's standard, but it's in a fashion of any good Metroidvania, like a Prince of Persia, for instance, of recent fame in that genre rather. Gorgeous. And yeah, I think you guys would honestly like it, and it's priced really well too, to its credit. Versus a Prince of Persia, which is what, 50 or whatever. People were like, it's too much. Versus this is only what, $17. So I think it's a steal for that price, honestly. But as far as what, going to Abubakar, and like you said, shout out to Black Viking and the Longhouse guys for doing that, getting him not only on the podcast, but also getting their review out, the first review.
Yep.
I talked to him behind the scenes, Black Viking, about it and stuff like that. And, I wanted to make sure to encourage. I need to do more like that. So I'm proud that he, he's going out there and really, really like grabbing these names and stuff like that and doing his thing, him and his group. So shout out to those guys. But one of the things that caught me, and I'm sure all of us, I imagine most of us are typically family orientated, right? You see me all the time, and I'm saying to the chat family here, I'm like, hey, family, blah blah blah.
Yep.
Because I see you guys often as a extended family, just for gaming, right? I'll say, I remember I joked, I said, you are my gaming family. Somebody was like, oh, why can't I be your regular family? I'm like, get out of here.
Oh my goodness.
But you think of you guys as my brother from another or sister from another, right? But one of the things that caught me when what he was talking about, and he was, emotional on the VGA stage when he talked about it, is how he did this in honor of his father. And I thought that was really beautiful. I had never actually known my father as a bit to give you guys. I never actually knew him. My mother and grandmother and uncles raised me. And so shout out to my family and these strong, as they would say, strong Black women who raised me. And I mean that fully. But I understand the idea of loss, and I'm sure many of us do here. I know you do, Boom. I know, Jamie, you do as well. And my grandmother, who helped raise me, it's hard for me to even speak on it sometimes because, we lost her some years ago, and she was a big pillar.
Never gets easy, bro. When grandma goes, bro, the family breaks. That's exactly what happened to mine.
It does. And you'll be surprised. It seems like it happens to everybody. So I know it's not unique to me. But it's crazy just how that family, that matriarch in this case, kind of holds the family together. And once that she leaves, or she passes, the family kind of falls out. And that did happen to us. I will be honest. So, but just to say what he spoke on, and he asked a question. He said, what would you sacrifice, or what would he sacrifice in this case to bring his father back? And that was to hear him, to touch him, that central thing is what led him to doing this with his studio, Surgent. He is the founder of it. So in Kenzera, the Tales of Kenzera game, the idea is what a young shaman, Zhao in this case, goes to make a deal with the god of death, and in order to bring back his father. So that's the whole basis of it. And I think it's really dope in that sense. I mean, obviously, if you're religious, you're probably like, I don't know now, make a deal with the devil or something, you know what I mean? But I think it's beautiful in the sense that, it's powerful, at least in the sense that it's
the power of loss, dude.
The power of loss.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And not wanting to let go. But it's also, I think, a lesson in learning to let go. And I'll share another thing. When my grandmother, when she passed, rest her soul, one of the things she had on her was her medical was DNR, do not resuscitate. We could not accept that. And when she was on her deathbed, and they were, they told us what it was, and the cold blue went off in the hospital, I was strong up until that point, and I was like, no, we got it, it's her time, etc. But when I heard that cold blue go off, boom,
I know,
brother, nothing else but save her came out of my mouth. You know what I mean? Like, resuscitate her. And to the doctors, I don't want to say credit because they disobeyed what she put on there, but they did that. They did try to resuscitate her, and it was agonizing.
Time, man.
It was agonizing. That's the best way I could put it. But so I think this speaks to that really, and is more so why I really support this brother here, and I really appreciate how he's using such loss to tell a beautiful story like this. So I'm really interested in it. I definitely will be getting into it. Now I have to put some games aside. It feels like every other game that comes out.
Yes, absolutely.
I had to look. I was on, what was it? The Fallout show pushed me off of Dragon's Dogma to go to Fallout 3 and all the other Fallout games. And then what you call it?
Who plays old games? How dare you?
I know, right? Don't tell Jim Ryan about that. But yeah, and then of course now No Rest for the Wicked pushed Fallout aside. So now this is about to be pushed aside for Tales of Kenzera. It's funny. So yeah, we are overburdened or over encumbered, should I say? We're over encumbered with great games to play. So cheers to that brother and to his studio, and I really can't wait to jump into it.
Yeah, it's an exciting time. And again, obviously, this is a great story to come off a bit of a downer story to open up with the rut in gaming, which was a big question mark. Jamie, let's talk about Tales of Kenzera. This game looks like an absolute gorgeous piece of art in every sense of the word. I haven't played it because I don't play on Steam. I just don't. I bought it. I'm gonna play it on Xbox. The minute this show is done, I'm heading over because hopefully it'll be ready for me to download. Are you excited for this? And do you feel any kind of like emotional connection just based on hearing where this amazing story has come from?
Yeah, I'll keep it brief because I don't really like talking about loss and all that stuff after past events. But the game looks good. I like these 2.5D Metroidvania games, and I feel like the past few years, like maybe starting with Ori and like a few other games, Prince of Persia recently, they're really popping off and they can be really fun. And I think, this game looks like they add some level of depth to it with the level up mechanics and stuff. I think when you have this type of game made with like a deep level of passion like that, a lot of love and care's gone into it, because let's face it, a lot of AAA games these days aren't that great when it comes to passion. You get buggy games all the time and stuff, but like this game looks really solid, and I'm so